XDefiant has an uphill battle ahead of itself as it tries to make space in the fiercely competitive modern gaming world that is dominated by the likes of Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Fortnite, and even more. But what if I told you there was a surefire way for XDefiant to set itself up for success? Like this video if you want to find out. My name is Buckeye, and welcome to XDefiant Guide. There are a number of ways that XDefiant can help set itself apart as it comes to release here very soon, later this summer. But one of the specific areas that can be really implemented well is in their game modes, because everybody so far that has played this game has echoed the sentiment that it plays very well and they enjoy the way that the gunplay feels. So giving players a way to engage in the game through different game modes is a really important thing that can help to bolster the game and push it forward as the game continues on. Now let's take a look at the game modes that are confirmed to be launching with the game, and most of them we've already gotten the opportunity to play throughout the various different beta sessions that has happened pre-launch. Of course, in our arena game modes, we've got Domination, Occupy, and Hotshot. Domination, very self-explanatory. We also have Occupy, which is pretty much the exact same game mode as Hardpoint from Call of Duty. And then we've got Hotshot, which is a very interesting combo of Cranked and Kill Confirmed from Call of Duty. It's a very interesting, fast-paced game mode. In addition to that, we also have the two progression modes, which are Zone Control and Escort. And Escort obviously is a very similar rendition of the Escort game mode from Overwatch. Now, as of right now, these are the only game modes that are launching with the game. 3 Arena and 2 Progression that are launching with the game when it comes out later this summer. Now, real quick, before we move on, I do just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has been checking out the channel recently. It has been growing unbelievably. I'm so thankful, and hopefully we can continue to build an amazing community together. Now let's jump into what we know about the game modes that are already figuring out to come post-launch. The game modes that we have a grasp on reality, and we know that they're coming, and we have a little bit of information regarding them. Now, I think that the game mode that has been talked about the most in terms of post-launch so far is Search and Destroy, or a Search and Destroy type game mode. We've already spoken on this channel a couple of times about how Mark Rubin has told us on Twitter that it is slated for Season 1 or Season 2, and the importance of getting that game mode out has been escalated in the hierarchy of things that they're trying to get done quickly over at Ubisoft San Francisco. That's the information that we already know, but just recently, Mark Rubin did also reply to somebody on Twitter in response to a One Life game mode. Now, they did not explicitly express this being Search and Destroy, so the question is this talking about that Search and Destroy type game mode, or is this completely different and separate from Search and Destroy? In the past, he has directly responded to Search and Destroy, and this time we're talking about a One Life game mode. But either way, it is interesting to see that a One Life game mode has been testing very, very recently, and they're looking at bringing it out later in the game's time. Now, another game mode that we haven't heard a lot about from Mark Rubin, but we do know that according to their roadmap, is coming after the game's release is Ranked, which is an interesting choice to release it after the game comes out. I hope that it is one of those Season 1 releases where it's just after the preseason concludes. I'm hoping it's a soon-to-be-released game mode, because I know for a fact that Ranked will be a huge aspect to this game's longevity in terms of content creation. I know that a lot of people are going to be really excited to grind Ranked and try and get higher up in their ranks and just really push forward for a good time on the game. We have no information about how far out launch it's going to be, but that's where we're looking right now. In addition to that, this isn't exactly a game mode, but it is in the same realm. Custom games. We have gotten word just very recently from Mark Rubin that custom games, while important to the developing team, is not going to be coming out on launch. It is going to be a post-launch feature that gets added to the game. Again, hopefully this doesn't take too long to get to us. I can imagine, especially in regards to Ranked, having an esports scene, these custom games are going to be important, and hopefully they are very feature-rich. But again, not coming at launch, it's going to be post-launch. Now, if you want to watch me play these game modes when they do come out post-launch, then follow me on Kick. link in the description. All right, now that's all the game modes that we know are coming at launch and know are coming after launch. So let's take a look at some game modes that the community would like to see coming post-launch. What are some different types of game modes that we can speculate and assume maybe perhaps they could be added to XDefiant in Season 2, Season 3, or beyond? Now, there are several of these game modes, but one of them that I saw a lot of people asking for, including myself, is a team deathmatch game mode. And according to what I have been able to see, I don't believe we have heard anything from the developers or Mark Rubin regarding a team deathmatch style game mode. There may have been something said, and if there was and I missed it, please let me know in the comments, but I don't think I've seen any information regarding a TDM mode. Even with that being said, a TDM would be amazing for this game. Hopefully, it is on their radar and in their plan for post-launch game modes. We know that they're adding post-launch game modes, so hopefully this is one of the ones that they have planned to work on. A lot of people in the community are wanting to see it, so we shall find out. Another one that I've seen people talk about is Capture the Flag, and honestly, a CTF game mode makes a lot of sense, especially from an esports side of things. CTF in Halo specifically is one of the greatest game modes to watch competitively, and I can just see a CTF mode in XDefiant being a ton of fun to play and a ton of fun to watch. I really do hope that they do bring this around. Now, another one of my personal favorite style game modes that a lot of the community is also echoing their sentiment for is free-for-all. Again, another one of these sort of Slayer-based game modes where it's about getting the kills, and that's your objective, is getting the kills. I love playing free-for-all game modes. I tend to play by myself a lot, and having the challenge of being the only person on your team surrounded by all enemy players is a really fun concept, and I think it would be a really great addition to XDefiant. I don't know if it's high on their priority list, but we will find out. Hardcore is something that took me by surprise. A lot of people did ask for hardcore to come into XDefiant, and I think might as well, you know? It's one of those game modes that I did play a lot of back in Black Ops 2. I did play hardcore quite a bit, so who knows? Maybe it's something that they have in store. Personally, I don't think that they're going to have this very high on the priority list. I know that in general, it's a smaller subset of players that do like to play hardcore, but who knows? Maybe it is in the pipeline at XDefiant. Now, a lot of people were also asking for Kill Confirmed, and I obviously know why that is. Kill Confirmed is a very popular game mode in Call of Duty. It is a very fun game mode. It's objective-based, but also really emphasizes getting kills. But this is why I don't necessarily think that they're going to bring a Kill Confirmed mode to XDefiant. We already have Hot Shot, which is it's kind of an amalgamation of Kill Confirmed and Cranked from Call of Duty. It's a really fast Kill Confirmed mode, basically. And because they have that, I don't necessarily think that Ubisoft San Francisco is going to want to bring Kill Confirmed into the game because they already have their own kind of version of that in Hot Shot. Now, a couple other modes that people were definitely interested in seeing come to XDefiant later down the line is Demolition and Gun Game. And these are both two really great game modes that you can play in a variety of games out there right now, especially Call of Duty. Gun Game is always a fun time. I never really got too much into Demolition, but I know that it is a fun game mode to play. So hopefully we can see something along these lines coming later down the line as well. Now, if you want to vote in these types of community polls, I post these on our YouTube channel every single morning. So subscribe if you want to catch these polls and be a part of the community. Now, we've just gone over a bunch of different types of game modes that we would love to see coming to the game post-launch. And of course, there's going to be a lot of different types of game modes that could potentially come. A lot of speculation can be had about different types of ways to create fun, engaging times in XDefiant, but I want to talk about why it is important to bring these style game modes or different ones to the game after the game launches. With the game only launching with 5 modes, it really closes the gap in terms of the opportunities that players have to experience a lot of fun and engaging moments in the game. Now, it's not to say that the modes that are in the game are bad. They're not at all. They're a great time, and so far, playing XDefiant has been amazing. But I would worry that without adding more game modes quickly after launch, that the game could become stale for some people because they don't have the options to play a variety of different types of game modes. I think it's incredibly important for the longevity of the game and for keeping people interested, especially with a brand new IP, which once again is competing with the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield and Apex Legends and Fortnite and more. You need to provide the players with a multitude of reasons to log in every day and play. Adding these types of game mode that the community clearly wants is a huge step in the right direction to maintaining that after launch. Now, as of right now, we don't know what the actual plans are from Ubisoft San Francisco. I'm sure that they already have a hierarchy of plans of what game modes they want to bring post-launch. Perhaps they haven't even talked to us about what those game modes even are. We may not even know at this point, but certainly we know that adding more modes after the game comes out is going to be very, very important for the game's longevity down the line. Now, if you found today's video at all enjoyable, then do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's get this video to 200 likes. That would be amazing. And also subscribe if you don't want to miss any more XDefiant content. I will see you guys in the next one.